to be overfilled. You're gorgeous and hot chocolate. They want me to change my outro. What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Angeer and I'm back at it again. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, if you love me, subscribe. If you hate me, subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. Someone should really write a rap song for me. If you hate me, subscribe. If you love me, subscribe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop. So anyway, guys, so today I'm coming on to YouTube to talk about what's going on in Africa right now. Okay, so I've been watching two YouTube two YouTube people that I've subscribed to. They produce really good content about Africa in general. One of them is Virtue Grace, hopefully I'm saying her name right, and the other one is Wada Maya. They always bring in some good contents. They were the first one to actually talk about the whole China situation and what's happening with Africans in China right now, and like videos that are surfacing and stuff like that. Virtue Grace has been also keeping us with good news and bad news as well. And you know how Africans are stepping up and stuff like that. So if you guys want to go and check out their channels, I will post some on my videos below. You know, gotta support my my African brothers and sisters. So today I actually watched a video that surfaced, I think on Wada Maya or either Virtue Grace's page as well, that they are arresting Chinese. Remember maybe 2-3 weeks ago, China was discriminating against Africans in China, and in their defense, they were saying most of these Africans are not legal in China. They're illegally. So we had to get on their asses. We had to get on their asses and say, look, there's thousands of y'all in Africa that illegally. Okay, some of them don't even have documents, and this is kind of like, you know, we have to take a fault because we letting all these Westerners, China, whatever, come into our country without no documentation, and that's why we have so much issues going on in Africa right now. And I'm just gonna say it out there, and I think it's time for like our government in every country in the continent of Africa to really micromanage the foreigners that come into our country, because I think a lot of people, these people, Westerners and just other people in general, don't have respect for Africa. And I think it's time to really micromanage, because there's billions of dollars and billions of resources getting stolen in the continent of Africa itself. And a lot of people want to point out that we're the poorest country. No, excuse you. And I read this comment from a Chinese this is gonna be in TikTok too, because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. So I can see a lot of the racist comments and stuff like that. They're like, well, Africa is a third world country, that they are not developed yet, and that's why they're blah blah blah. Excuse you, Africa is pretty developed, okay? We just may not have everything the way we need to, but it's pretty developed. Like, so stop saying that Africa is not developed. We just the way I see, I think we're just so comfortable because we're rich in resources that we don't see a threat when it's coming from far away. Now let me say this: if you're full and rich and have everything, you know, there for you, when an enemy comes into your home or your space and they seem like, oh, they're intrigued, they want to eat and blah blah blah, you will give them food, right? But the only mistake that we do is that, hey, we don't control the intake of what other people take out of our country. You know what I mean? They overeat illegally. So a lot of positive things are happening. Again, in Nigeria, in the video that I saw Virtue Grace posted, is they were arresting, like, I think it was 17 plus Chinese immigrants. Actually, they're not even legal there, didn't have documents, and they were illegally miming and also poisoning the waters of the locals there. And also they had to arrest people who were working with it, that are Africans in general, you know, sellouts. They have to arrest them, because we do have a lot of sellouts in Africa who are doing illegal shit just for money, and you know, jeopardizing like what the government has put down in law. Sometimes I'll say it's not the fault of the government of our countries. It's just that there's not a lot of regulations. Even I can talk about my country. I know there's a lot of Chinese there, and I'm hoping that our government can micromanage what's coming into our country and what's going out of our country, and who's coming into our country. Just like when people of color go to different countries such as China, you have to have documentation. And if you're going to stay there, you have to be, you know, you have to be approved to be a citizen. Same thing should go for Africa in general. So that's what I'm saying. Right now, because of this whole pandemic, we're starting to see a lot of bullshit. Like, we're starting to see the mistreatment. We're starting to see the disrespect, and we're there to like micromanage it. And I'm so glad like Nigeria is taking a stand on that, and then a couple of other countries as well. It's gonna take a long time, but the more people speak up against it, that hey, we are not poor. Okay, Africans are not poor. We just have to get rid of that mentality of wanting the white savior all the time. Like, realize like, hey, I can actually trade fairly with other countries, you know, and be able to flourish. Like, honestly, being from South Sudan, I know some parts of our country, we have this mentality that we need saving from Western world, which is just a load of bullshit. But that's just from the trauma of war and stuff like that. But one thing that we need to realize is, like, I was looking at, like, there's billions of money coming from Sudan just because of oil. We have gold, we have agriculture, but not like a lot of our people are not taking advantage of that. And I could say what 90% we have to blame ourselves and take accountability, but at the same time we have to realize the bullshit of other people. Because if an enemy is coming to you like a good person, and then, you know, you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt, but they're gonna take advantage of that and take all the resources that they want, because they obviously see that you're dormant and you're passive aggressive. You know what I mean? You're not saying, hey, this is what, and this is how it's gonna be. You don't put the rules down, and that's why I think that's what we fell from as an African nation itself. But I know things are changing. I kind of actually glad this situation happened right now, because we're starting to realize a lot of bullshit that Western world, China, and you know, that is doing to Africa, and we're starting to wake up, which is a good thing. But on the positive side, a lot of Africans are starting to wake up and starting to see the unfairness. And all I can say is our governments and people need to start micromanaging everything other foreigners do in our country, whether they have to have legal documents, just as we have to have legal documents in order to stay in these countries as well. So it has to be reciprocated with them as well. You know what I mean? That's the only way Africa will move forward, and we can move away from getting colonized again. We can get away from the decolonized mindset as well. You know what I mean? We can decolonize our minds. I mean, that's what I mean to say. So yeah, that's the good news. I will post all their information, Wada, Maya, and Virtue Grace. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, correct me, okay? So let me know in the comment sections below, is this a good thing? You know, what's happening right now in Africa? Like, people are waking up and starting to realize, like, hey, we shouldn't be living like this. Like, we are a developed continent. We just need to get rid of all the sellouts. But other than that, on a positive note, I'm glad Africans are waking up. I'm glad we're starting to realize that, hey, you know, again, I'm repeating myself, hey, you know, we're valuable. You know, our land is very valuable, right? we're not just gonna get people to just come take whatever they want in our country and expect us not to say anything. So I'm looking forward to more videos of them being exposed. All of y'all, all the people being exposed, and I'm so glad a lot of Africans are waking up. And yeah, this is your girl Angeer, and I am out. Oh, by the way, this is the new piece that I painted as well, as you can see here. You can check it out on my website if you want a little bit more information. It is a 16 by 20. It's part of my quantum collection as well. So if you want to check out some of my more of these arts, and if you want to purchase some as well for you from your dark-skinned girl Angeer to you, go ahead and visit my website and purchase your own. So anyway, yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye and stay safe.